This is Lu dominating the finals. Even the API loved him. Now hypercharge is a part of this, but there are many factors among his history that made him broken. So let's dive into November 23 when he gets released. Now Lu was kind of underwhelming at first. Before his buff he received the following day, his damage and super cool star power was kind of underwhelming, but we gotta talk about super before that. Now super used to not deal any damage and he can't freeze enemies without his super cool star power, but it was still very solid for controlling. Now his damage was much more lower, but on the brighter side, his forgotten gadget Ice Block was decent, being immune for a second, but at least Lu received his Brawl Pass skin. But the next day, Lu received some solid buffs. His health got increased by 300, his damage went up by 20 per snow cone, and super cool star power effectiveness was increased by 40%. Now these buffs really helped him out, and oh boy, he became a S tier brawler like right away, being amazing in gem grab and siege, which required a good amount of control. But heading towards the Brawl Day season on December 22, Lu's Hyperthermia star power was released. Now this star power used to decrease opponents' reload speed by 30% depending on how frozen they are, which of course sounds like a good star power, but there's some issues. Basically now you're choosing between freezing an enemy with the super or a reload decrease, and of course the freeze is more useful, so it didn't really get used. Anyways, he was still a solid brawler, still staying in the S tier. On January 27th, they fixed the issue where Lu crashed the game, and on February 13th, they released Lu's Brawl type 79 gem skin Smooth Lu. Now March 15th was a huge day for Lu, because on this day, they tried to make his second star power solid. They first made his super actually deal damage by 40, and buffed his second star power reload debuff from 35% to 50%. They also buffed his health by 100, and this did improve his second star power, but reload debuffs aren't that good if the enemy is already frozen. But on April 7th, Lu received some buffs. His damage got buffed by 40 per cone, and the stun from freezing an enemy got buffed from 1 second to 1.5. In this meta, he actually went down to the B tier. He's still decent, but he struggles against the brawlers in the middle, like Bell and Sue, who are ridiculously good. On June 16th, Lu's Hyperthermia star power debuff got buffed from 50% to 75%, which did help, but his first one was still way too good. A month later, on the 28th, he received his Cryo Syrup gadget, which freezes enemy and his super instantly by 50%. So this gadget can guarantee freeze and was way better than his first, and paired with his first star power, it was easy to get enemies frozen if he can hit his shots. On August 6th, Burger Lu came out costing 79 gems. It's a very solid skin, and in this meta after he changes, he actually went down to the C tier. Of course there's brawlers that can counter it, but hitting Lu's shots isn't that easy, especially Stu, who can keep dodging his attack with his super. So 2021 wasn't really the year for Lu. The rest of the change he received this year was a change in brawler class from support to hybrid on October 27, and on December 16 he received his true silver and gold skins. But what about 2022? Could the year of the tiger be the year of Lu? Well, the first meta he was struggling a lot. He went all the way down to this F tier. Now of course the same previous reason applied to this, like his shots being hard to hit, and because of that it's really hard to get his super. And his supers is the thing that makes Lu very good. But on April 27th they made some huge changes. They made it so he can freeze enemies without his first star power, filling enemies freeze bar by 12.6% per second. Because of this change, they changed his first star power also, so now increased his super's freeze rate by 33%. Lu's Hyperthermia star power also got changed. Instead of a reload debuff, it decreased enemies' damage while in the super, depending on how frozen they are. And this made Lu better going into the B tier, especially because the super can freeze without a star power, and now both of these star powers are actually equally good. But the last change he received this year was on June 29, 2022. Lu and his skin's main attack visual effects were reworked. In this meta, he stayed in the B tier. On October 25, the reload gear, which is an epic gear, was available for Lu. This did help him out a bit. For the rest of the year, he stayed in the similar state, with having the problem of hitting his shots like cold. But at least 2023 is the year Lu makes his comeback. Starting on February 28, his brawler class got changed from hybrid to controller, and no surprise there, he's still in the B tier, but April 25 has to be where he gets his major change, right? Oh god, Burger Lu's main attack visual effects were slightly reworked, making Lu still be in the B tier. But third time's the charm, right? Well, Justice Party Leaks don't troll Lu's skin on July 3. Alright, but on November 24th, he got the change that made him extremely good. He received a hypercharge called Slushy Storm, where all enemies in the super during hypercharge gets freeze automatically, which is completely insane if you can hit several enemies. So this hypercharge made him turn to one of the best brawlers in the game. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.